Gaming. It's been a huge part of my life for years at this point, and really doesn't look like it will end anytime soon or as of right now. Through all the ups and downs, there was mostly time to sit down and open up a game and enjoy it. I've gone through a handful of topics here about what I enjoy, the characters I love, and just how much fun this whole medium is in general, and how fun it could be and can be. Of course, right now we are probably in a little funky time with the world and also the gaming industry as a whole, but that doesn't change that most people look towards games as a fun way to get away from all that noise outside. There's still a ton to love about games, from the rich stories that expand our wildest imaginations and take us to places that we could only dream of, to characters that transcend our dreams, that allow us to put ourselves into their own shoes, or even allow them to become a part of us, the big picture of who we strive to be. There are boundless reasons why you like games and why I do as well. We may not agree on everything, but we can all agree probably that they are a fun time and they help us escape these harsh realities at times. However, my favorite aspect of games isn't something you can necessarily see on the screen. It's actually something you can hear. And one of my favorite aspects of video games and games in general is the music that's put into them. Is that odd? Maybe. Maybe it's not. Who really knows? But to be completely honest with you, it's hard to say, because I do at times see people talk about the gaming and music and that go hand in hand with one another. Some people think it plays a big factor, some people don't. But in my personal opinion, as if you couldn't tell already, I think video game music plays a bigger role than I think a lot of people necessarily give it credit for. A lot of my favorite gaming moments come from key parts in the story, or when characters are entering the climax of their own character arc, that really draw me in and make me sit back and go, wow, that was amazing. But I believe the composed music, whether it's something sentimental or a huge outright battle, really makes those wow moments even more special, or even like an all-time great moment, just because of how impactful the music is. As to compared to if you had those same moments without a music or instrumental in the background as things are happening. One of my most favorite games of all time is Nier Automata, and someday I hope to construct a video really going over why I love this game so much and why I just can't let it go after all these years. Yes, my memory is a bit vague on certain aspects of the game because it has been quite a while since I've played the game, but something that I go back to and back no matter how much time has passed is the soundtrack, and I might add, the most amazing soundtrack I believe in gaming to this day. Of course, I can't blast your beautiful ears with the amazing music that's from this game, but if you never plan on to, or if you never will play Nier Automata, even though you're missing out on a great time, this soundtrack truly is a one of a kind, and I highly recommend that you do try and listen to it at least once. And I will list the composers here, and the reason why I'm listing them is because I'm awful with names, if you can't tell, even through my speaking now, and I really don't want to put any disrespect on these amazing people that have done such a great job on this soundtrack. Almost any song on the soundtrack I could play and almost tell you moments and times that I remember vividly from the game, or like certain parts of the game that I was in when it was playing. For an example, amusement park going into the song A Beautiful Song. Like, okay, when I went through this section of the game, it was off-putting because of the certain scenario that we were dealing with, and a lot of the information we had gotten to this particular point. This particular section was very odd on how the robots were acting. And then you go into A Beautiful Song with the boss arena, or well, boss of that area, wherever you want to call it. And it's amazing, absolutely amazing. It was able to capture that unnerving feeling of the amusement park and gave us a song that really made this experience tenfold better with A Beautiful Song. And I'm not saying A Beautiful Song as if that's the name of the soundtrack for it. Just in case some people were a little confused by it. It was like an orchestra in our ears as this two songs played back to one another. This isn't the only example of this happening in the game at all. City Ruins is easily one of the best overworld themes to any soundtrack I think I've ever played. Like, it's so beautiful. It's so well constructed, and I think it plays so well with everything that's happening in the background of the city. There's so many times this happens throughout the game that I just couldn't nail it all down to one particular section. This game is littered with moments that are stunning and beautiful, and with the soundtrack playing in the background, it just enhances them tenfold. And I think I'm a huge sucker for like ending themes, because Weight of the World is easily one of my favorite ending themes I think ever. And when you play Weight of the World, right after the credits start to roll, whether you completed route A, B, whatever route it is, you can't tell me that having Weight of the World playing silently as it builds up to the credit rolls, that doesn't make your experience better. Of course, you know, it's more of a game by game situation. It just so happens that Nier Automata is a masterful game, and ending it with Weight of the World just ties it up like a bow tie. It ends on the most beautiful and perfect note. And Nier Automata isn't like the only game out there that makes me feel this way. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Dearly Beloved and Sanctuary are some of my more favorite themes or songs from gaming. But Sanctuary is just like another level in my opinion, because both the opening and after battle versions of it just are amazing. That whole opening segment of Sanctuary is like a movie in itself. It's able to capture, through its lyrics and sound, everything that you felt or should have felt while playing Kingdom Hearts 1 to that particular point. And then the after battle Sanctuary theme, as if you're not hearing "We're back, you're home." Like, you can't tell me this doesn't hit you 10 times harder with the after battle Sanctuary theme playing, or subtly playing, as it's building up to the credit rolls. And also, I say the same thing with like the Xenoblade series. And like I said, I'm a sucker for how impactful ending themes can be. And I do believe if you nail an ending theme, you basically nailed the game. Of course, there's probably some scenarios where this is very contradictory, but in my case, like Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, all three of those ending themes really amplify the game itself. They kind of force you to sit back and like look at your journey to this point. Or even when you play like the DLCs, especially Xenoblade 3's DLC, the ending theme for that, you look back on the journey that you have taken through these 3 games, and you just sit there and think, dang, I really got to experience this work of art. And then the tears start coming down. Did I cry? Maybe. I will not tell you you're wrong if you say I did, nor will I tell you you're right. Maybe there was. Maybe there's some sniffling. I won't tell you. And of course, I do think also ending themes do determine like how you truly feel about a particular game, because or most of the times ending themes going with endings kind of like determine that for me personally. Like, if I played an okay game, but it has a banger ending, I'm like, it wasn't too bad. I really do think ending themes play a bigger role too, not just like regular soundtracks, but I do think ending themes have a lot more value than what people give them. And of course, there's so many other games that I haven't talked about that have amazing soundtracks across the board. You have like the Persona games, the Pokemon games, particularly Soul Silver, in my opinion. Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth, amazing. 10 out of 10 there too as well. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. The list could go on and on, or at least my particular list can go on forever about games that just have outstanding soundtracks, and their soundtracks just make the game better. But I think you kind of get the point. I love music. I love listening to gaming music, and I truly do think they add that extra mile to everything. And I'm always willing to listen and try something new, but in video games, it can easily be the most fun and beautiful part of the experience. And that's why it's easily my favorite part of games. It has so much potential, and I do truly think people don't really give it credit where credit should be due for them. There's a ton of great composers out there that put their heart and soul into these themes, soundtracks, so on and so forth, that I really do think people just sit back and listen to their favorite gaming soundtracks. And of course, I know music isn't everyone's cup of tea, and I completely get that. Your opinion on it may be different on how I feel, and your opinion is valid. Unless you say Nier Automata soundtrack is mid, then, I may give you a side eye and say you're wrong. Jokes aside, I know a lot of us have favorite gaming moments, whether or not they have background music playing or not, and I would love to hear y'all's favorite moments, your favorite stories, or just your favorite gaming soundtracks as well. And I do believe music plays a more important role than just in games. I do think music's a key part in a lot of people's lives and helps others get through their day or certain moments in life. Music as a whole has a rich history, and it's still being written to this day. From the music that we hear on the radio to music from 200, 300 years ago, so on and so forth. It's a story that is still being written to now and hopefully continues to be written. Music is just really cool and amazing. And that's it. That's all I have for y'all today. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this, and if you want to hear me ramble some more, or some of these dumb thoughts in my head, I'd really appreciate it if you do. I really do. Don't forget to stretch, posture check yourself, and get some water in you. And always remember, you are important. Till the next time, please take care.